Basic introduction of motion, like all the definition related to motion, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and acceleration. Today we will see graphical representation of motion. So first we will take distance time graph. Graphical representation of motion. Graphical representation. So first we will take distance time graph. Distance time graph. So in distance time graph, all of you know basic graph in which we generally take x-axis and y-axis. Here in y-axis we will take distance and in x-axis we will take time. In x we will take time and in y we will take distance. So this is our axis system for distance time graph. Now there are more than one possibility of graph. One is straight line passing through origin. This is the origin. And one is there may be two type of graph. One is straight line and one is graph which is not a straight line. That is something like curve. So we will focus mainly on straight line graph. So what does straight line graph represents? And straight line graph, it may pass through origin or it may pass through somewhere else, like something like this. This is also graph, distance time graph, or something like this. We will see various type of graph. Let us take the first case of distance time graph in which graph is passing through the origin. This is the graph which is passing through origin. In y-axis we have taken distance and in x-axis we have taken time. So what does this graph represents? See, this graph represents the motion of an object which is moving in with uniform speed. So if the graph of motion is straight line, the distance time graph is a straight line, when passing through origin, it means that object is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, or in another word, object is in uniform motion. And when graph passes through origin, it means at time t equal to 0, the object is at origin. So let us see some example. Let us see some example. So this is time in second. This is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And here 1, 2 and 3 and so on. This is distance in meter. This is time in second. So this is the graph which is passing through origin. Passing through origin means at t equal to 0, the object was at origin. It means at t equal to 0, object carefully here. At after 1 second, it has covered 1 meter. This is the distance covered in 1 second. At t equal to 2 second, this is the distance covered at t equal to 2 second. At t equal to 3 second, this is the distance covered in t equal to 3 second. So here you can see that if we take a time interval of 1 second, the distance covered is 1 meter. You can check here, when the time interval is 1 second here, distance covered is 1 meter. Between 1 and 2 second, the time interval is 1 second, distance covered is again 1 meter. Between 2 to 3 second, the time interval is 1 second, distance covered is 1 meter. So what does this graph says? This graph says that object is in uniform motion. So a straight line graph, if the graph is a straight line, graph of distance time graph is a straight line, then it means that object is in uniform motion. Object is in uniform motion. Here I am drawing the distance time graph. See, all graphs are not same, except the fact that all passes through origin. See, all of this graph represents uniform motion. But what can you observe from these three graphs? If you see this graph, in this time interval, object is covering more distance. Okay, let us mark the time also. 0, 1, 2, 3. Let us take 1, 2, 3. Then 0, 1, 2, 3. Then take 1, 2, 3. Distance is in meter, time in second. Distance in meter, time in second. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from the graph you can see clearly that, let us name it, this is graph A, graph B and graph C. Graph A in 3 seconds it is covering 3 meters. In graph B, in 3 seconds it is covering around 2 meters. In graph C, in 2 seconds it is covering 4 meters. So from graph you can see that in graph C, object is covering more distance in unit interval of time. And in graph B you can see that object is covering very less distance in unit interval of time. So from the graph you can clearly find out that in graph C, object is moving with the speed more than A and B. So speed of object at graph C is more compared to A and B, and speed of object at B is less than compared to A and C. Let us say this is the speed at which object is traveling in graph A is V1. The speed at which object B is traveling is V2, and the speed at which object is traveling in graph C is V3. So from graph you can clearly see that V3 is greater than V1 is greater than V2. So what you can clearly see that V3 is greater than V1 is greater than V2. That means maximum speed is of the object traveling in graph C, and the least speed of an object is in graph B. So how do we come to know that which object is traveling at what speed or which object has more speed? So from graph, how we can find the speed? So we know that speed is, what is speed? Speed is the rate of change of distance. So here from the graph find out the rate of change of distance. So speed can be given as d2 minus d1 by t2 minus t1. What is the d2 d1 t2 t1? d2 d1 are the coordinates. Take any 2 points in the graph. Let us take these 2 points A and B. Now the coordinate of A is 1, 1 and coordinate of B is 2, 2. So here these two are D1 T1 and these two are D2 T2. Now from here you can find the speed. What is the speed? Speed is given by d2 minus d1 by t2 minus t1. What is the d2 and d1 here? Here d2 is 2, d1 is 1, t2 is 2 and t1 is 1. So you can get 1 meter per second here. Here you can get impedance 1 meter per second. So similarly, if you find here speed, let us take this as point A and this as point B. Here what is the coordinate 1, 1? Here what is the coordinate 3, 2. So here if you find the speed, what is the V2? 3 minus 1 by 2 minus 1, that is 2 meters per second. So let us find out the speed per second graph. What is the speed? Speed is d2 minus d1 by t2 minus t1. So here substitute the value of d2 and d1, Here this is d2, this is t2, this is t1, this is d1. So substitute it. 2 minus 1 by 3 minus 1, that is 1 by 2 meter per second. So this is the speed of object for graph B, and for graph C, if you find the speed, so d2, here I am taking this one 2, 4 and I am taking this one 1, 1. So 4 minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So you will get 3 meter per second. So this is the speed of an object whose graph is shown in graph C. So this is the way you can find. Let us generalize it. So from dt graph, how you will find the distance, how you will find the speed. So if this is any point A and this is any point B, so the coordinate of A will be, let us say this is T1, let us say this is D1, let us say this is T2, this is D2. So coordinate of A is T1, D1. Remember we take X and Y. So similarly here T2, D2. So speed is given as speed equal to D2 minus D1 by T2 minus T1. This is the speed of graph. This is the speed from graph. How to find? Take any 2 point. Take any 2 point on the graph. Find out the coordinate of that 2 point, and then apply formula speed equal to d2 minus d1 by t2 minus t1. Or in another way you can write speed is delta d by delta t, and this is also called slope of the graph. This term delta d, this triangle is radius delta, so delta d by delta t, and this is the slope of graph. Slope of dt graph will give you speed. Slope of dt graph will give you speed. So in general, if this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is graph. So if you want to find the slope, then slope will be delta y by delta x. That means if you take any 2 point A and B, so slope will be this is our delta y and this is our delta x. Let us see. So delta y by delta x, that is the slope, and in distance time graph this slope will give you speed. What does it mean? In y axis if we take distance, in x axis if we take time, then delta d by delta t will give you slope of the graph, and slope will give you speed of the object. Fine. So we will continue next class.